Hello again, everybody. Welcome once more to Powerline Weekly Video Ministry. This is Richard Ike, and we're on episode number 150. This is a milestone. And the title of today's message is The Female Champions of the Bible, Part 18. The Female Champions of the Bible, Part 18. And I notice I haven't been mentioning the foundation scripture for the past couple of messages because I've been on the subject of root, which I'm still on. And the foundation scripture, of course, is Jeremiah 31, verse 22. The Lord shall do, behold, the Lord shall do a new thing on the earth, the woman shall compass a man, which was prophetic of the end time coming of the empowerment of the females. Different from the feminist movement, because whatever God does, the devil has his counterfeit. So the feminist movement has a counterfeit of God's move to empower the women in the end times. Anything God does, Satan got his counterfeit, because he said, "I will be like God." That's his. It was stating his protocol. So whatever God does, he copies. Now, as is my tradition, I have a few addendums, 3 of them specifically. One actually is not an addendum; it's a correction. I was talking about the influx of pagan influences into Gentile Christianity, and I give an example of yoga, which comes from Hinduism. So Hinduism basically making its way into the into Christianity. Basically, the Protestant church is trying to do what the Catholic Church had done at its origin. It took all the pagan religions of Rome and incorporated them into Christianity, because the Romans, they worshiped the pantheon of gods. They wouldn't readily worship one single god. Monotheism wasn't their thing. So to solve that problem, Emperor Constantine, it took all the Roman gods, all the Roman religions, and Christianized them. So basically the Roman gods got Christian names, and their places of worship became Church of St. Peter, Church of this, Church of that, instead of temple of that and that. So each Roman god got a Christian name, and the place of worship, their temple, became now a church of whatever saint that Roman god has been named after. That's how the Roman Universal Church, the Roman Catholic, that's the Roman Universal Church began. Now, the Protestant Church is following the same pattern as the mother, the Catholic Church, now in bringing in foreign religions and incorporating them into Christian practices. So I mentioned yoga, and I said that there was a Christian alternative to yoga. I made a mistake. I said I was trying to remember the name for a long time because I was having a hard time finding it. I said it was what do I call it? Alphabet aerobics or something like that. No, it was praise moves. But she had I think her name was Lorette Willis, something like that. She had a particular video on Hebrew alphabets called Praise Move Alphabetics, dealing with getting into these stretching positions that resemble Hebrew alphabets. And she was reciting a sound. It's called Praise Move. All her entire body of videos called Praise Move. PraiseMove.com. And then alphabetics is where you find the Hebrew, the stretching exercise positions that resemble the Hebrew alphabets, the Aleph and all that stuff. Now, second addendum, had an interesting conversation. It had to do with politics. Christians don't know they're supposed to be in politics. Especially here in America, they're supposed to have extended dominion of the kingdom to the world of politics, because that's where the laws are made. They don't want to be involved in politics, but then they cry when they become victims when evil people get into power, and that's imposing wicked laws on them. Yeah, I had a discussion with somebody about the coming 2020 elections, and just as I predicted before that Trump was going to win, I made 2 predictions. He's going to win twice. And the fellow Republicans, from I think they're from Texas. So I told them that there's a looming democratic disaster that they don't see coming. And what is it? They don't know that the Democrats, they usually don't criticize their party. Republicans do when they're not happy. They speak out. Democrats, when they're not happy, they hold it in. They don't criticize their party. But after the debate, I said the Democrats are not happy. Well, you can't gauge their temperature because they don't criticize their party. I said this coming election 2020 is going to see the highest percentage of Democrats voting Republican in U.S. history. Because from this Democratic candidates, they sound like they belong to another nation or they represent another nation. They don't sound like they represent. They're fighting for America. They're literally against America. Communism, socialism, all that stuff. They're so far gone. They've left Democrats behind. The Democrats, people, they feel left behind. So what's going to happen? This coming election, the highest number, largest percentage of Democrats voting Republican. Don't be surprised if, as I made a joke that with Trump all things are possible. Don't be surprised if all 50 states vote Trump, because the Democrats candidates, they're just a bunch of nutcases now. Those who stay Democrat will go vote Republican. People who don't like Trump will vote for Trump just because they can stand the candidates they have as Democrats. Trump, we know, is pro-America. We know where he stands. Those folks, they're just gone and off. You'll be surprised. I'm surprised if from California, still Democrat, but just end up voting for Trump. They don't like him, but end up voting for Trump because they don't like the candidates, the Democratic Party. They'll just be face to face with it. Don't be surprised. Rush Limbaugh said 40 states might go, might vote Republican. Don't be surprised if all 50 states vote Republican. But you look at the Democratic Party, you've never seen this kind of mess before in politics. What the Democrats have now, never seen it before. So that said, I'm going to the third one, then I get into the message. One of the people I have as, I don't even know this, but just one people I have as my friends list, and on Facebook, I sent a video of his pastor, I suppose, and I heard him saying something. I said, oh, so this is one of the eavesdroppers, one of the people who, no, my phone is tapped. I know that. I can stop it, but I don't. And the platform you give me, I'll stand on it. Lord, call me to preach. I didn't want to preach. He called me to preach. And then, so it happened, my phone is getting tapped. Okay, that's how it's going to happen. Pick it down. God does things in his own strange ways. I didn't want to do it. Like, call me to preach. I'm preaching. My phone is getting tapped. Okay, you hear the message. Whoever's getting tapping my phone. Back in the early days, I was surprised when I see my message going to different places like TBN. I hear things I preached here. TBN, so that's how far it's going. Now it's normal for me. But then I heard this preacher, he was criticizing. The guy recorded it and sent it to me, so it would sound like it was something prophetic being said to me. Foolish, useless, low budget, bootleg. It was a Caucasian preacher. He had long hair, ponytail, beard, looked like this rugged folks. I know the Caucasians are the custodians of knowledge on earth, but there are some of you that are below average intelligence. That preacher was one of them. So it was criticizing. I knew it was criticizing me. That's all some people they're pretending. I can pretend that there's a huge congregation. Oh, they're pretending. Trying to make sense of it. Like, oh, so this is one of the eavesdroppers. So think I'm pretending that there are people here. No, I know my phone is being tapped. I'm speaking to folk, people who are tapping. Like, yeah, he's eavesdropped and heard my message, and he wants to criticize what is here. Not criticizing the message, just criticizing me. Oh, I want to pretend that there are people here I can pretend. Oh, they lie and lie and lie, and no, we can't keep up with their lie. Say, what lie? So I went to check back. So maybe it's that mistake. If I make a mistake one week, I correct it the next week. Oh, the mistake on alphabet aerobics, is that the lie? It was a mistake. I've corrected it now. I was criticizing. Oh, I don't know. So I just said something. It's not a lie because you say it's a lie. It's a lie when you have evidence of the truth. Then it becomes a lie. See, black Americans don't have that kind of common sense. I hear from them all the time. Say, oh, this is a lie, oh, lie. And I'm waiting for them to say, okay, what's the truth? They don't give it to me. Leave me hanging. Hey, in the court, you need evidence to prove something is a lie. They just go by what you say. Oh, that's a lie. Okay, okay. And what's the truth? Leave you hanging. Common sense. They're not very intelligent people. That's it. They don't invest in intelligence, so they don't have intelligence. They like to have a form of intelligence, but no substance. You know when it's real and when it's not. When you're really intelligent, you know. So I hear this white guy say, I left to comment, you must know black Americans. Because they're the ones who always say, oh, this is lie, 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 lie. If it's a lie and you don't give evidence, it's just your own assumption or suggestion. I said, I can make my own assumption too. Give evidence. Then it becomes a lie. It's a lie because this is the truth. This is the truth right here. It's a lie because that's the truth. Don't just say, oh, it's a lie, and leave people hanging. Eventually, you lose your credibility. So when I was listening, I said, it's one of the eavesdroppers. Okay. So if it just gives me boosts my confidence, knowing that, so people like that are listening. It was supposed to make me feel bad. No, it energizes me to even talk boldly. That there are more people who are eavesdropping. But if you send another video like that again, I'll be sure to drop a nuclear-powered insult, that the blast wave of which will incinerate both him and his bootleg, low-budget preacher. See, this tongue is a flamethrower. I know words that burn from the time I was young. That's why my older brother used to beat me up all the time. It was my first victim. They try to do that stuff. They try to sound like they're spiritual. You listen to gossip and deliver message that's not too spiritual about you not being prophetic. No, you're just preaching from your imagination. Real prophetic word, you don't hear anything. God will give it to you, the solid one, and then it will have impact. All these preachers listen to gossip everywhere and then go and preach gossip. They're not being spiritual, preaching nonsense out of their imagination. First Corinthians chapter 10 verse 21, it says you cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils too. You cannot eat of the table of the Lord and the table of devils too. You listen to gossip, you're eating from the table of the devil. God is not revealing anything to you. You go and preach based on gossip, you're eating from the table of the devil. So I know who's real and who isn't. I was trained, I was ministry trained, preachers trained. So I know what's real and what's fake. Fake nonsense everywhere. Hey, tell that nonsense and get lost. Useless idiots. Anyway, I don't get to the message. That one's so free. Yeah, a whole bunch of people black. You some of the dragon. Yeah, you eavesdrop. You gathered all the others. Black America, I trust your nature. Once you hear something, you gotta gather everybody. If you get roasted, they go roasted too. I was relying on you to do that. These useless elements. They go around their mouth. Gentile Christianity drained. The world is growing bolder. Why? Because the pulpits don't fear God, so the world doesn't fear God. When you fear God, you speak the one that was inspired by God. The world itself will tremble when they hear it. Wasn't it Psalm 110 that said that people shall be willing in the day of thy power? When you spoken the one that came from God, the people out the world will hear and tremble. Now they speak nonsense. Anyway, I get the message. Now, dealing with Ruth, I had to go to the origins of Ruth. She came from the land of Moab. Moab is connected to Israel. But we don't know that on the surface. Because down here, I don't know my glasses. Get me some new glasses. In Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Okay, in Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 3, it says, an Ammonite and a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. Because they met you not with bread and with water in the way when you came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against thee Balaam the son of Beor of Petor of Mesopotamia to curse thee. Nevertheless, the Lord thy God will not hearken unto Balaam, but the Lord thy God turned the curse into a blessing. This is significant for this message. Turned the curse into a blessing because the Lord thy God loved thee. But there was this, in verse 2 that came before that, made a statement. Verse 2 said, a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord. And then he goes to the Ammonites, said, and Ammonite and the Moabite, they have not entered into the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord? That's a mystery here. He gave the same sentence to the Ammonite and the Moabite that he gave to a bastard. What does that mean? That means there's something to the origin of Ammon and Moab. We find that in Genesis chapter 19 from verse 30 to 37. Ammon and Moab were the incestuous children of Lot, Abraham's nephew. This is how it happened. So the Bible has both the good and the bad, the beautiful and the ugly. It doesn't hide anything. There's no political correctness here. That came from communism anyway. See, these communists, they have been slowly sneaking themselves in when they were talking about political correctness. It was the communists behind the scene, sneaking their communism in. Deception. Genesis chapter 19 verse 30 to 37. It says, and Lot, it's after Lot had escaped Sodom and Gomorrah, and now his wife had gone turned into a pillar of salt. He was now left with him and his two daughters, the son-in-laws. They perished in Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, it says, and Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his two daughters with him. For he feared to dwell in Zoar, and he dwelt in a cave, he and his two daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow, that the firstborn said unto the younger, behold, I lay yesterday night with our father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thee in and lie with him, that I may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Those were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father, incest. And the man didn't know, had no clue, made him drunk, had their way. And the firstborn and the first bare a son, and called his name Moab. The same is the father of the Moabites unto this day. And the younger, she also bare a son, and called his name Benami. The same is the father of the children of Ammon unto this day. So Moab and Ammon, they were brothers as a result of incest. They were the sons of Lot as a result of incest. So they were bastard children. That's why the same sentence, after I give the sentence to the bastard that will not enter the congregation and to the 10th generation, give the same sentence to Ammon and Moab. They were bastard children. On top of that, now they mistreated Israel, who they were related to. So go back there. So now read it with new eyes. It said, chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to the 10th generation. Shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord? Then because of their offense against Israel, he gave the same sentence of the bastard to them. An Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. So if they had been hospitable to the children of Israel, he would not have imposed that sentence, or he might not have imposed that sentence on them. Most likely he wouldn't have. But because they were hostile, considering their origin, they were on top of that, they were hostile to the children of Israel, he now imposed that sentence on them. So now, going back to Ruth. This is now the origin of our people. Moab came from a bastard tribe, which was under a judgment of the Lord. So for Ruth to have made it this far, that means she must have come 10 generations or above from the time that proclamation was made. If not, if it was 9 generation, God couldn't have used that. Her name would not have made it in here. A book on the Bible, book in the Bible named after her. Unless she was 10 generations and above, it wouldn't have happened. So as Ruth was walking, she was most likely generation 10. She might have been the redemption situation of generation 10. However, there is more to it, the mystery of Ruth. But I don't believe I'm qualified to handle this matter. The person who will be qualified to deal with this situation is a Messianic Jew whose name is Rabbi Jonathan Cahn. Ha! A man has written some books. I found out he's written more books. The one I've heard about was the Harbinger. So when I saw this guy had kind of funny beard, and I kind of take him seriously. But the man dropped bombshell after bombshell, spoken, White House everywhere. I didn't know the depths of the dimensions of revelation of this man. I always put the Messianic Jews, whenever they speak, their whole revelation is different, like another level, another realm. But this guy, Rabbi Jonathan Cahn, I consider the revelations that I received to be a mathematical equivalent of geometry. They have a lot of imageries and allegories and all that stuff, figures and stuff like that. But Jonathan Cahn, this Messianic Jew, his level to me is the mathematical equivalent of calculus. And there's another one after him. His name is Emir Safadi, another Messianic Jew. Their own revelation is another dimension. Emir Safadi will be pre-calculus. Jonathan Cahn, calculus. I said, someone like that, he will tackle the mystery of the origin of Ruth in depths. When you hear the man speak, you understand why. His revelation operates like waves, like up and down. Like the highs and then the lows. The highs when people go, and get excited. The lows when you go, oh, this is so deep. It can go so low, you lay down to ground and start worshiping. Or it can go so high, you jump up, throw up your hands and start jumping up, praising God. That's how revelation goes, like waves. Jonathan Cahn's revelation are deep, like deep waters. When he drops his bomb, it's like a bomb exploded underwater, like a nuclear bomb exploding underwater, boom, and create wave. It's not surface explosion, no, underwater, it creates wave. So he goes depth and just continues depth. When I listened to him, I said, no Western theologian, before, current, or after, past, present, or future, can receive the dimensions of this revelation, the dimension of revelation this man is receiving. It had to come from someone from the Jewish world. As a matter of fact, I said, God must have given a revelation while he was still in his mother's womb. After the order of Jeremiah, before I formed in your mother's womb, I knew you and I called you. So in the course of his lifetime, God started revealing to him what was unveiled. I'm trying to figure out how the man receive this kind of revelation unless God gives it. You cannot know these things. Just dimension. Each time I listen to it, I'm stunned. But because I understand them, I remember I reasoned that if the God that created mathematics is the same God that authored the Bible, then he has a mathematical personality. And then I read the Bible, say, Noah was in the ark 40 days and 40 nights. Jonah was in the beggar's well for 3 days and 3 nights. Lord Jesus was in the grave 3 days and 3 nights. Day and night. I said, this equation balancing. That's a mathematician talking. The Lord God is a mathematician. He's balancing equations. Whatsoever man sows, that shall he reap. That's equation balancing. The equal sign, that's like a balance scale. What is here supposed to balance with what is here. So he's a mathematician. And then I knew certain revelations were going to be in the Bible before I found them, based on the rules of mathematics, since the Bible's following mathematical protocol. Jonathan Cahn, he confirms it, because the way the revelation that he's breaking down, this equation balances, but in a whole other dimension, a whole other realm. I said, hey, this is the person who I will hand this matter of Ruth to. About that, or let me hear his take on it. What the dimensions of the secret of the mysteries behind Ruth, a Gentile woman who had a book of the Bible named after her. So this is for you to tackle. For me, the lot that the portion that God has given me, I'll just hold that one faithfully. But I will not try to go into his dimension. I can't. No, I know. The Bible says that each one to a prophet according to the measure of his own faith. If I'm paraphrasing the scripture correctly. So that's not, I don't reach that level. Most Western theologians, I say it, I don't really have respect for them. They fabricate a lot of stuff. I know nonsense when I hear it. Christians in general don't study the Bible. Even Jews, they don't study their Torah. He said it. Jonathan, he used to be an atheist. When he got converted, he started to go and read their own Bible, their Torah. He started seeing things. He talked about for the Catholic or in the Catholic scriptures. He said it was in their own Torah, the Old Testament. I said, of course, because the Jews, they don't read their Torah. They won't know these things. Everybody, even Christians, they don't read the Bible. Go wait for someone to preach to them. Everybody does the same thing. Go wait for someone to preach to you. When he started reading, say, hey, I thought this one belongs to the Catholics. I thought that would belong to... It's seeing things that talk about the Christian world inside the Old Testament. I said, study the word. Study to show yourself approved. So the Bible says, study to show yourself approved unto God. A workman unashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Now let me proceed. I've eaten up a whole lot of time. That's what I have left. Oh, yes. I had to deal with this one. Naomi, when she came back from Moab with Ruth, and the whole town was moved and came, is this Naomi? She said, don't call me Naomi, call me Mara. I came back, I left full, now I came back empty. Lord, I dealt with me, bitter and all that stuff. So out of curiosity, I went to go look up the name Mara. It had to do with her situation, of course. The name Mara meant bitter. I knew right away the name Mara meant bitter. Naomi meant the opposite. Why? Balancing of equation. I looked up the name Naomi. What did it mean? Pleasant. Another related meaning meant sweet. So Naomi was sweet before, now she had become bitter because of her circumstance. So in the course of the book of Ruth, Naomi now goes from she was Naomi, then became Mara, Naomi sweet, then became Mara bitter, and then later on she would become sweet again. That is a protocol that first came. That's how the protocol by which the Bible opens up. That's the blueprint of how the Bible operates. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 to 3. It says, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And when God created whatever he created, he said it was good. So when God created heaven and earth, it was good. But then in verse 2, it says, and the earth was without form and void. The actual translation said became without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. No, the darkness is not good. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So we see the pattern from the opening sequence of the Bible, see the pattern, the blueprint by which how the Bible operates. Creation, corruption, redemption. He created it, he got corrupt, and then he redeemed it. That's what we see with the situation of now. It's nothing new. It's throughout the Bible. It was same with David. It started good, it went bad, then God made it good again. Started good, went bad, God made it good again. The story of Joseph started good, went bad, God made it good again. Story of David started good, went bad, God made it good again. Now the same thing. It started good, she left food, went bad, she lost everything. And God, the story, basically story of how God made things good again. So the protocol, the formula, is right here, the beginning, the opening sequence of the Bible. Make creation, corruption, redemption. Remember when a friend man told me that Albert Pike of the Freemasons, the Illuminati, he came up with that whole system of order out of chaos. I told him, no, he didn't come up with that. It was God that created that. God that came up with that. That's the Bible. That's how the Bible opens up, order out of chaos. So that everything the devil does is taking just corrupting what God has done. That's how the Bible opens up. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's order. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. That's chaos. And then what happened? Order out of chaos. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Back to order. Back to Naomi. The name Mara and bitter. But that's not the first time we encounter Mara. The first time we encountered that name Mara was when the children of Israel were wandering in the desert after they left Egypt. and they were thirsty. What happened? They found water. And when they drank the water, they revolted. Why? Because the water was bitter. It was called the bitter waters of Mara. They revolted. And through Moses, God made the water sweet. God was demonstrating something. That creation protocol. That water wasn't created bitter. Because nothing God created was bad. Everything created was good. So the water started good, then it got bitter to certain situation or circumstance of the elements in the environment, whatever. And they drank it, it was bitter, then God made it sweet. God was giving an allegory of how He operates. Remember, turning curses to blessings. That's what happened. And the bitter waters of Mara, they cried out. So the water was like a curse to them. They were thirsty, they drank it up. This is bitter. And through Moses, God turned the water sweet. That's what has been demonstrated in the book of Ruth. Naomi was sweet water. She had become bitter. Now, don't call me Naomi, call me Mara. Don't call me sweet. Don't call me pleasant. Call me Mara. Bitter. She had become bitter waters. The Bible says the spirit of man is deep waters. So the deep waters within her was now bitter because of her experience. And of course, following the Job syndrome, the devil act, we blame God. So she's blaming God. Oh God, but it was the devil that did. I said that they were not supposed to leave Moab. This was the confirmation. I want to look up the God that the Moabites worshipped. The God that they worshipped was called Chemosh. The definition of the name of Chemosh is destroyer or subduer. As I almost screamed, hey! It was confirmation. They were not supposed to leave Moab. Hey! I mean, they were not supposed to leave Egypt. They went to Moab. What did